Welcome, friends. So I have a message for 2026, specifically for 2026 leading up to the Chinese New Year, which is on February 17th, and we transition into the year of the fire horse. Oh, before I dive any deeper, Pepper is here. And so you may hear some snoring, especially if you're using headphones. Consider it some background white noise. So I was not feeling the pull to pull any symbols before 2026. And there was definitely some shoulding that I was navigating around that. Like I should put something out. And then when I surrendered into it, I realized, no, this is perfect timing. So on January 6th, I actually felt the nudge to pull the symbols, and I went out into nature. I haven't actually checked the videos, so hopefully they are postable, so hopefully you're seeing them now. And as I was pulling the symbols, the message came, this is specifically intended for 2026 up until the year of the fire horse. Now, again, I always say this, these energies and messages that come through the symbols are beyond time. My understanding is that there is an emphasis on bringing a mindful awareness to the specific energies. With that said, also know it may not resonate, and that is awesome if you notice that. Like if you notice it doesn't resonate, incredible, because you are tuned into your needs. Now, again, it could be shadowed by resistance and other stuff, but you are aware that at some level it is not resonating. And that becomes an invitation to explore that, perhaps, to find your own message, your own energy, your own symbols as to what is needed at this time. So, without further ado, the symbols that came up, well, the first one made me giggle because as I was pulling it, the message was, this is up until we transition into the year of the fire horse. And the first symbol was fire. I mean, you can't make that up, right? And so the first symbol was fire, and then mountain. And not all of the symbols, but some of them in tarot or tarot, cards can be reversed and they have a different meaning, sometimes like the opposite. Mountain, when it's at this particular orientation, as I'll dive deeper into, is really about the unseen challenges. And I'll talk about that more so in a moment. But it was fire, mountain, and disconnection. I'm going to talk about the mountain being in sort of a reversed orientation, for lack of a better term. And the best way I can explain it is when I was working with eating disorders, we would oftentimes use a model of an iceberg, where above the water, you see the iceberg, and it may look huge, and it is the tip of the iceberg, right? And oftentimes, at least in psychology world, those are oftentimes symptoms, behaviors, thoughts that are being driven by what's underneath the surface. And this symbol of mountain, when it's in this orientation, really speaks to going underneath the surface, looking at the iceberg that's contributing to what is being sort of manifested in thoughts, words, actions, behaviors. So the message that came through was really cool because it's kind of twofold. It is to illuminate, right, with the fire, to illuminate what's hidden that's contributing to disconnection. And it's twofold because not only is it illuminating it, but the fire can transform it. So illuminating and transforming essentially whatever is contributing to any sense of disconnection. And so this can mean many, 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 many different things. This can mean your disconnection from self, your passions, your partner, your family, your friends, your home, your job, your sense of faith, your connection to nature, your connection to just society as a whole, your connection to something bigger. And I put that in quotes because if everything is one, bigger again can feed into some hierarchical energy. So take that with a grain of salt, right? And so shining a light, illuminating, and if and when transforming what is contributing to any form of disconnection. And my sense of this message was also to do this in preparation for the year of the fire horse, because it's a 1 year, it's a fire horse. Like, you don't even really need to know Chinese astrology. The image of a fire horse, right, is very fast. And that's what the astrology is saying. That's what a lot of people are saying. And so, this preparation time as we transition out towards the end of the year of I believe it's the wood snake. But it's this preparation time so that when we transition, when things really start to speed up, we have a sense of grounding. We have our footing so it doesn't trip us up, right? We don't feel out of control, like the rug's being swept up from underneath us, which I know a lot of people have been feeling like that for quite some time, specifically since 2020. But for centuries, I mean, really, if we look back at history. So this is really taking a sense of not control in a grasping, like power over others kind of way, but an empowered sense of control in terms of understanding what's contributing to holding us back, to keeping us in fear, keeping us in separation, disconnection, limitation, and not being in alignment with who we truly are, and not seeing everything for what it truly is. So, I'm going to leave it there. If you feel called to, feel free to leave any comments, share any thoughts. And until next time, friends, stay curious.